This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, so good evening all of you. So today I'm going to show you the release strategy for service entry sheet. Okay. So basically, what is happening in service entry sheet is we first create the service view, and before creating the service view, we need to create the service master, right? So what is the transaction code? Let me show you. So AC01. We need to create the service master. Okay. So with AC01, just click here, create service, new service. Okay. Just like material master, the transaction code is MM01, but here service master, the transaction code is AC01. Okay. So here, let's say I'm creating one service. Service PO is basically related to service industry. It is not related to manufacturing industry. Okay. So here, in that case, we need to maintain the service master with AC01. Okay. So let's say my service is hardware maintenance. Okay. So my service is hardware maintenance. And let's say I'm taking complete service, okay, and you need to measure and take each, okay. And now what I'll do is I tell you
Hi
that,
sir, good evening sir.
yeah, hi, good evening, Rajesh here. So you can view here, you can view here any description, maintenance of hardware services. Now I'm trying to save this. So what we need to do is we need to note down the service master number, just like material master will get the material number, right? So here see data record save. Again, you what you do, again go to AC01. So this is what activity number. The activity number is nothing but the service number. So here, what we have mm, created just now, hardware maintenance, right? So here, hardware maintenance of computers. So just know what we have created. So that information will be getting here. Let's say hardware maintenance. So again, I'm trying to create one service. I think that is not saved properly. So don't change here anything. Percentage underscore one. Let it be the same thing. So just I'm putting here software installation. Software installation. Okay. And here each laptop or whatever it is. You can just put it here like software installations and laptops. That's all. Data record save. This is 03. So we got this number, software installations. Okay. So this is the number, activity number. So this is what the number we have created service master software installation. And also I think we got this hardware maintenance. Okay. So this is what, so hardware maintenance, one service master we have created, and also software maintenance. Okay. Software installation. So let us take this number 3000131. Okay. So now what I'm doing, based upon this, I'm going to create the service purchase order. Okay. Service view. So how the same, let me before going the configuration steps of service entry sheet, let us first discuss release strategy of SES. First, I'm trying to show you what exactly this is SES and what is service view and what is service master. These terminologies and these things we need to understand. Then only we can configure, the release strategy for service industry, which is related to service industry. Okay. So what I'm doing is we have created a service master, right? Hardware maintenance and software installation. That is our service master record with AC01 transaction code. So what I'm doing, let us say I'm going to create a service view. Okay. So what is the transaction code? ME81N is the transaction code to create a purchase order or else service purchase order also. Okay. But the document type will be changed. How to create a service view? What is the criteria if they ask the interview? The document type you need to change for service PO, that is FO. FO is nothing but framework order. Okay, this is the standard SAP has given. Okay, FO is nothing but service master. Now, let us take one vendor. Let's say we have so many vendors, so we can take. Let's say I'm taking this 3000 vendor, New York, and let's say I'm taking this the 3000 and purchase group also I'm taking. And here, one thing you need to remember for service PO, we will never put any material number here because this is not related to any material PO or asset PO. Okay. So if it is related to consumable PO, okay, and if it is related to asset PO or material PO, then this material comes into picture. But this is not a kind of service material PO. Okay, this is a service PO framework order document type. Okay, this is very important. Document type for normal PO is NB, which we know already. We have done so many purchase order. But document type for service PO is framework order FO. In the interview, they will ask the standard one only, not the customized. Customized is something which is different, as compared to the standard one. So it may be something like instead of FO, it will be SO, whatever it is. Okay, that is something called as customized. But every company they have a different customization part, so they will never ask you the customized document type. They will only add the standard document type of you. Okay, so you need to answer this service PO document type is FO. Okay, and so we will never give this material number here, but here item category you need to select service. Okay, D. These are the mandatory things you need to understand. And account assignment category also you need to take like I'm taking as of now unknown. Okay. And now here you need to maintain the short text. So let's say software installations. Okay. And here don't give the PO quantity here. Wait a few, I will show you. Don't give the net price here. Okay. And you view the plant as 3000 and other stuff like location. Click enter. So here in item tab, master service master data will get triggered where you need to enter the service master number. Okay, so here see services. In this services tab, you need to give the service master number, service number. So just now we have created, right? What was that number? Hardware maintenance and also software is there, right? So what is that? Software installations. So I'm taking this number 3000132. Control C and Control V. I'm taking here. This is what the difference between service PO and asset and material PO. Okay, Prakash and Rajesh, any doubt? So quantity, let's say for 10 laptops, I need installation of software. This is a kind of service. Okay. So here for each software installation of laptop, let's say the company is charging you 2000 rupees. Okay. Begin. So here basically in service PO, no need of giving PO quantity here. And validity date, it will ask from which date to which date. So you need to enter the validity date, let's say from today's date to, let's say, the whole software services will be completed, let's say on one day. Okay. So these are the differences, like the difference between the material PO, asset PO, and the service PO. Okay. So again, I'm saying, like in service PO, we won't give any material number here. Okay. And for service PO, we select the document type FO. Okay. And for service PO, we select the item category as D. D is nothing but service, right? And account assignment category, you need to give unknown either or cost center, whatever it is. Okay. Project, maybe it will be for project also, cost center. Okay. So these are the different criteria. And here, before getting the service PO, you need to maintain the service master with AC01, just like material master, right? So till now, any doubt, anyone? Yeah, no doubt. Okay, if nothing is there, then I
No,
will
sir.
assume that. Yeah, okay, good. So now, here some error is there. What is that error? Let me check. Validity period less than a week. Okay, that's not a problem. It's just a warning message. So now you can save this PO, service PO. So again, it is a 10-digit number. So for service PO, can anyone tell me, like after PO, what is the next step? Like earlier, we have created so many purchase order, asset PO or material consumable PO. After that, what was that, Prakash? The next step, what we used to do, we pass the MIGO, right? Goods received. But do you think that for service PO also you will pass the GR or something else, Prakash? So we got this PO number 4.0017253. Yeah, Prakash. What I'm saying is, like earlier, we have created the PO and then service PO, or it may be consumable PO or asset PO. After that, we used to pass the goods receipt, right? Once we receive the goods from the vendor supplier, then we pass the GR in SAP, right? But here, do you think that we pass the GR or something else difference between asset PO and service PO? Because this is a service, right? A service industry, you cannot store any services in any warehouse, right? You understood my point. These are the service PO. So whatever, like painting of wall, okay. Painting of wall is also a kind of service, okay. And there are so many services. Let it be hardware repairing, right? Hardware repairing is also a kind of service. Installation, software installation. These all things comes under service, right? But for service PO, there is no GR, right? Instead of GR, we create the service entity with ML81N transaction code. ML81N. Okay, that you need to understand. Framework order is created. Framework order is nothing but service PO. So 4500017253. So next step is we won't create any goods received. Understood? Clear, Prakash? అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
అదే అంటే ఇది సర్వీస్ పిఓకి సర్వీసెస్ కి గోడౌన్లు మనం ఏం డాటా అంటే సేవ్ చేయలేము, రైట్? దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ వీ వాంట్ టు పాస్ ద జిఆర్. బట్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ జిఆర్ వీ క్రియేట్ ద సర్వీస్ ఎంట్రీ షీట్, SES, with ML81N transaction code. Okay. So here what I'm doing is I'm creating, okay, you can mute yourself. ML81N transaction code to create a service entry sheet. ML81 material PO. Click here, other PO, and give the PO number that we have given, and give the line item number, and click this button, create entry sheet. Okay, and then the software installation. This is coming with service PO, right? And again, software installation for 10 laptops. Let's say on assignment, we do one thing. We'll take cost center, okay, and external number. Let's say that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Period, you can take today's date. Click service selection button. So obviously we have created service view. So this is what it is. So don't take anything. Just click continue button. And again click this whole select whole line item and click services button. And cost center, we need to select some cost center. Uh, Company code 3000. Continue. Let's say I'm taking one cost center at 328. Click continue button. Okay. So here I'm saving this service entry sheet. Save. So we'll get the SES number. This is the entry sheet number 100000267. There is no acceptance here. Okay. Entry. What we do is now I'm trying to show you the configuration how to configure SES service entry sheet release strategy. Okay. So go to SPR transaction code and SAP reference ANG. Materials management, external services management. You need to go here. Okay. Define release procedure for service sheet. SES. Okay. Release group. So here we have seen already in my earlier class I have done this. So what I'll do, I'll try to delete that and we'll maintain the new one. So I'm deleting this. And before going here, what we need to do is we need to create the characteristic, right? We need to create the characteristic and we need to edit the characteristic to a class with CL02 transaction. This all stuff we need to do this before coming here. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm trying to open a new session here and with CT04 transaction code, here communication structure is CESSR, right? CESSR for service PO and for purchase requisition CBAN and for purchase order it is SECO, CEKKO. So I'm writing this as CESSR underscore net order value, or with the purchase group also I can take purchase group underscore service PO. I'm trying to create the characteristic first. I'll go to additional data tab and we'll select the communication structure as CESSR for service PO, right? For service in the sheet. And the field name is obviously like if you see in the table with S11 transition code, use the table name CESSR and go to display mode. We are configuring, let's say as per the business requirement, they need a release strategy for SES with purchase group, or it may be purchase org, right? So here what I'm doing is control F, EKORG, I know this. This is purchase group, purchase organization, and EKGRP is purchase group. So EKGRP is there. So see because this is purchase group, right? Control V, put this here. And now go to basic data, select multiple values, okay. And obviously the purchase group is 3-digit alphanumeric. You can't make it 1 or 2 again. It will, the system will throw an error. And go to values tab, and you can select additional value and release purchase group. You know, whatever purchase groups are maintained, you need to enter here. And we have PRA, Prakash, and Rajesh, right? I will, let's say I'm not putting RAJ, Rajesh. Okay. So this is name of a person. Let's say Ashwin. Okay. And here Prakash. 3 persons are there. In restriction tab, I'm selecting 032. That is nothing but service release strategy. Okay. So save this. And now you assign the characteristic to a class with CL02 transaction code. So what I'm doing, I'm copying this, go to new session with CL02 transaction code. We just use this class underscore SES. Class type 032 is nothing but release strategy. Got it created. So class for SES release strategy, right? Versus group level. Okay. In cat tab, you copy paste as it is whatever you have created in CT04. The same thing you need to maintain here. Okay. So this one part I've done. So just release strategy based upon the purchase group I'm doing. If the release strategy based upon the purchase law, then you need to again see here in the table it is EKORG, right? Purchasing organization. Okay. If you want a release strategy for SES to be maintained at plant level, then it is WERKS. Okay, this you can search from the table. Okay, ESSR, communication structure for service safety sheet. Okay, so now I've done this code part. So after this, what I will do, I go here. Define release procedure for service safety sheet and release group. I will maintain one new release group. Let's say release group is SE recently, and the class, whatever class we have defined in CL02, copy paste CL02. Okay, copy this class underscore SES underscore PO, control C, and go here. You put it this same thing here, control V, description class for SES service sheet. Save, go back, save it, come to release codes. Again, as I told you, maximum there are 8 release code. Either it is service PO or asset PO, material PO, whatever it is. Maximum release codes are 8. Okay. So I'm giving my new release code. Just say this is the SE group we have created. And let's say here A1 I'm writing assistant manager, A2 manager, A3 president. Okay, let's say I'm only maintaining 3 release codes. Go back, and release indicator is also there, just like in PR and PO. Okay, and go back. Release strategies you need to maintain here. So first delete this, whatever old is there. Delete this one. Create your own service entry sheet configuration. So here new entries, take this SE here, SS, SES Release Strategy. So A1, A2, A3. I'm involving all. Okay. So this checker box, you need to click this downside and go to release statuses. Same thing like 50% assistant manager, manager and president. A1, A2, A3 is not releasing the SES with ML85 transaction code, then released by technical employee. So then it should be uh, yeah, some means, released by technical employee. They can release. Okay, let's say as per the business this thing, requirement. If all the persons are releasing, then it is confirmed. Okay. And now, before going to classification, you need to save this and then go to classification tab, and you can select this. What we can do is release why it is technical. 1 second, let me change this. Go back. So if it is T, I can just write as block. Okay, so it will be easy for you to understand this. So here, if three persons are not releasing, then let's say it is in block stage. Block means it will not allow you to create the MIGO posting. If one person is releasing and 2% not releasing, then also it is blocked. If 2% and 1% not releasing, also blocked. If all the 3% are releasing, then it is confirmed. Okay, this is what the funda. Now go to classification tab and select this all three release group. Click enter. Continue here. Click release simulation. Simulate release. Double click this. Double click this, and double click this. Save it. Now we'll do the testing scenario. Okay. So what we'll do, the testing scenario, we need to create a service PO. Okay. Let me create MA21N, a new service PO, because we have configured just now. It will be easy for you to understand. So service PO, before creating service PO, you know well that like we create the service master, right? AC01 already we have two service master. So I'm giving here vendor and here header. I'm giving this 3000 and purchase group, let's say 000, because 000 we have configured, right, for SES release strategy. Apart from this 000, if I use something different like Rajesh RAJ, then release strategy tab will not appear, right? That is what we are seeing. The testing scenario we are checking. Item category D, right? We need to change this service. An account assignment, as of now, I'm taking unknown. And here for service PO, as I told you, you need to select FO, framework order, right? These are the criteria you need to select, and you cannot use the PO quantity here directly and then the price. Anyhow, this will come in gray mode. View the plan 3000, click enter. And in services tab, you need to view the service number, not here. Validity starts, you can view today's date, validity end, and in item detail, you need to go to service and view the service number. Already we have created one. two services with AC01 software installation. So let's say for 10 laptop, and one laptop software installation is 2000. Okay. So here we need to enter the short text but not the material number, right? So here software installation, I'm giving this short text. I'm trying to save this PO, service PO. So after this service PO, we need to create the service entry sheet, right? SES, but not the GR. So this is my service PO 4.0017254. Now based upon this, I need to create a service entry sheet, right? First I'll check ME22N edit or display PO framework order. Okay, so everything I've taken this right. Now I'm trying to create the SES with ML81N transaction code. Click other PO and click this purchase order number service PO. Okay, if you don't do anything, the system will take 10 by default. As I told you earlier, click this continue button. Okay, software installation of 10 laptops. Account assignment, let's say I'm taking here cost center. Okay, period, I'm putting this and go to service selection button. Click continue button and select the whole line item here and click services button and then cost center. So for company code 3000, you can take any cost center here because these all cost center belong to company code 3000 only. Okay, click enter and save it. So we have created SES. SES number is this one 100000268. Okay. So here what we can check is we go to environment. Yeah, you go to services. Entry sheet. Okay. Release strategy. Now see here A1, A2, A3, right? This is what we configured, right? Prakash Rajesh A1, A2, A3. And the release indicator is blocked because no one has released in now. A1, A2, A3. Let's say I'm releasing this SES. What is the transaction code? The transaction code is ML85, right? So I know the release code. Whatever I know means the end user will know this release code. Okay, assistant manager release code is A1, and the release group already we have configured, that is SC, right? And what they will do is they will just put this either PO number or SES number, entry sheet number. So what is the entry sheet number? Anyone? 68, I think, right? Click enter and execute. See here, it is in block state, right? Put the cursor here in SES and just click this flag button. Release. Release affected with release code A1. Now you save this. Okay. Now if you check again in ML81N transition code, let us go to ML81N transition code again. Okay. The same thing, right? So what I'm doing is I'm going to environment, sorry, entry sheet and release strategy. So see here A1 means only 1% is released. Then also the release indicator is blocked only, right? Now let's say the second person manager is going to release with ML85 transaction code. Okay, let's say assume the manager is also releasing with ML85. So go to ML85. Okay, what is the release code we have configured? Okay, this is one and HC and give the entry sheet number here. Execute. Put the cursor here in SES and click this release tab flag and then save it. And now again if we check here, two persons are released. You can see here environment, go to entry sheet and release strategy. So here why it is showing, because just now we have done this. So what I'm doing again, I'm going back ML81N transaction code, go to entry sheet, release strategy. So here see A2, right? Now after releasing the SES by final release, that is A3 precedent, then the release ID will get the status as released. Then this will not be in red color, this will be in green mode, accepted. Now let's say the precedent is also releasing the SES by transition code ML85. Okay, ML85 A3, right? A3 and the release group ST and give the entry sheet number, execute, put the cursor in SES number and click this flag icon. Now release affected with release code A3. See, we are getting the status A confirmed, right? Now it is confirmed. Updating of data in controlling and financial accounting. So this will update in FIC also. This is again taken care by finance people. So this is what SES service sheet configuration settings as per the purchase group. Let's say as per the business requirement, the client may need based upon the purchase group or based upon the purchase organization or based upon the plan. Okay, it may be based upon the other criteria also. That again depends upon the business requirement. But if we know how to configure the SES release strategy, then that is more than enough. Yeah. So now again, if we check in ML81N, the status will be acceptance and it will be in red mode. Sorry, in green. Why it is showing like this? 1 second, let me go to entry sheet, release strategy. Oh, what happened? Still, let me check ML85. 1 second. A3, SC, right? And entry sheet 6H, execute. No suitable document. Yeah, so because already it is released. Let us check. ML81N transaction code. So this is accepted. Okay, this is accepted. If we check in, go to and entry sheet and come to this release strategy. So you see A1, A2, A3 all got released with ML85 transaction code and the release indicator is confirmed. So what will happen in the background? Let me show you. The system automatically create the GR by default. Okay. How to know that? Go to ME22N and you check the purchase order history. Okay, this is what, right? Service view. So if you check the view history in item detail, view history is there, right? So here, goods receipt. See here, service history sheet, we have done this. But system automatically pass the GR, goods receipt, with 101 movement time. Automatically, this has been created. Once the SES is created, then automatically by default, the system will pass the GR. Okay. This is what the goods receipt. If you double click this, then you can see the goods receipt. MIGO transaction. Now, the last stage is you need to pay to the vendor with MIGO posting invoice, the display material document with the MIGO transaction code. If we check this, the transaction code is SAP MIGO. Transaction is MA22M, but we know like in MIGO also A04 display, we can see this. This is what service history sheet here. Anyone, any doubt? Prakash, Rajesh, tell me if you have any doubt for SES. So SES, basically no one will teach you. No one, I'm guaranteeing, no one will teach you SES, service history sheet release strategy, because this is related to a kind of service industry. Like most of the people they skip this, but this is as per my interest because I work in service industry. Also, I have the experience. That's why I'm sharing this experience from all my students. So that they can get benefited how to configure SES for service field. Yeah. So any doubt, anyone? Prakash and Rajesh.
No, sir.
But you need to practice here, Prakash, Rajesh. This is very important because this is all the practical subject. Until unless you practice yourself, you will not understand. Okay. So we'll continue
Yes, sir.
tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Chalo then.
Okay. Good night, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night.